to have someone who could not end up making it in time. So we've got our 7-player lobby missing dish soap.
Oh no, dish soap. I was gonna hype up dish soap, be like, this is time. You can translate your ladder performances to tournament success, but we're not gonna get to see that come through, unfortunately. But hey, the show must go on. The tournament must go on, Casanovas. We're on board with Milk, one of, if not the best North American TFT player, looking to keep that streak, keep that title alive.
Yeah, looking to keep it alive. Looking around, this is wasianiverson with a belt. So far, looks like we've got a pair of jacks.
Pair of jacks? Interesting. There is some potential for, you know, jacks to actually even hold items in the early game, be a little bit of a, you know, pseudo tank carry, something like that. We see the Mirage as duelist dexterity. So we might be seeing some Deja pop up here. Players in this lobby have been known to play Deja, Soju, Kylvix, I think. Both have a game on it yesterday. Just one, but there's very specific spots you can go Deja. You can't just force every single game, although most variants are going to be good. That
Appies won't do it, Willie. He won't do it.
Is a champion duplicator and an Olaf on the bench, Cass.
Like, I play Olaf for this spot 20 out of 20 times. I'm playing Olaf.
20 out of 20 Olaf.
Yeah.
If only.
I'm playing Olaf. Yeah. You've actually got a bruiser, another bruiser that's 2-starred. Actually, this is like a very good spot. You have a Wukong as well? This is really good.
Imagine if Appies gets like combat training and with like the upgraded bruiser can win streak with Olaf and still farm about the same amount of AD.
Yep.
That would be really insane.
So there's actually spots, if you can 2-star, like if he 2-stars Wukong, it's insane right now, where you can just sacrifice your Olaf and still win rounds. Like you can win streak with your Olaf dying all throughout stage 2.
Ooh, not great.
This is really bad
for it though. Yeah. I say not great. That's the nice way to say it.
That's a really nice way to say these are like actually horrible augments for Olaf.
The worst.
Like, honestly, Appies at this point either has to reroll this augment, or I guess he maybe just doesn't play Olaf, which is sad.
Down for reroll.
There we go. Wow, those are still bad, but you take Band of Thieves. It's not terrible. You just throw that on Wukong probably, and you just try and win streak from there. Actually, it has a Lilia. That's maybe an option as well.
Yeah, it can level. I mean, okay, this is a really interesting spot because Appies has to choose between, do I want to just sell the board right now, make 10, and play Astrals, which is a fantastic opener, or try to run with this Olaf style composition.
Yes.
Get usage out of the early Thieves gloves because that's just power that'll be sitting on your bench. And it is, in fact, going to be the level up in the commit to Olaf Bruisers cast. I'm sure you're happy about that one.
Oh, I really am, and I'm really happy with how Appies played the spot, because I think that Lilia is a very strong early game item carrier as well. And I used her as an item carrier in other compositions because she is just a very powerful early game unit. But this Thieves Gloves can go on a Lilia. Like you 2-star your Lilia later, she's still going to be a powerful unit all throughout stage 2, stage 3, the early stage 4 if you have the 2-star unit just as a supplemental carry. She's not like a main carry or anything. But early game, this is going to allow Appies to sacrifice his Olaf and win streak by having this, you know, big bruiser with the Malphite, having the Wukong and the Lilia. If he gets 2-star Wukong or 2-star Lilia, he's going to keep that win streak going for a while. And it's a really good start to an Olaf spot. Augments could be better, but it's not the worst situation, and you do have that early Olaf. So I'm big on this composition. We've talked about how much I love it a lot. It's my favorite comp to play right now.
Also, something to call out that we saw in that last round was the consistency augment pickup by Cris, the level to level 4, the slam of a locket onto a Braum and still losing the round. So that does not bode well for Chris's start of this game. The consistency is, in fact, the opposite right now. You're not going to be happy about that one. Already wasting gold, cannot full win streak until Krugs. The percentage chance of Cris even like top 4ing this game just went way down.
Yeah, I mean, we actually got a prime example of how to play consistency from Phoenix in day 3.
Yeah.
And really, lose streaking seems to be the best way to play consistency because you can almost guarantee it, right? By playing open fort and playing that way. But trying to win streak with consistency, if it works, yeah, you're gonna high roll, you're gonna go first. But it is so risky, and it's a lot harder to make that actually happen. So we'll see if Cris can turn it around. Like, one loss that's not game over. If he can turn it around to a full win streak, then hey, it's possible he still makes it happen. But Aesah has a very powerful board here as well, with 3 2-star units already.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Dragomancer, bow on set, not that many items, only 2 items, so it was a gold opener, which is why, honestly, Aesah could double purchase XP here, level to 5, if he was considering the fact that he might lose the round. Does it? The Braum goes in for 2 Guardian. If he wins, can still
Cris.
Oh, Cris finds the Braum. Wait, no, Cris is gonna go loss, win, loss here, potentially, and the consistency will be getting actually 0 value almost.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning, because I saw, I cut you off because I look at who his opponent is after he makes this incredibly powerful board move, and it's poor Cris, who just went loss win. So I was like, oh no, this game is so doomed for that initial augment choice.
Cris cannot catch a break here and doesn't even have 10 gold. I think got a bit of a low roll opener if we think about, you know, having economy, because they have a champion duplicator on the bench, so that means that some gold is sacrificed for that. Cris, at least he gets to pick first in the carousel, right? Copium?
Oh no, that's not what you want to hear. That's not the silver lining that you want. Because you could also be Milk and you're picking first on the carousel, and you took AFK. You're just rich. You're just chilling.
Oh man.
Same HP as Cris and took AFK.
That is not the start that Cris wanted, but again, there's still some more games. I'm not writing Cris out of this game already, right?
No,
I'm maybe talking like
all.
I'm going to, but this Olaf pickup, you know, okay, actually getting first pick of the carousel means that Cris, you know, picked up the Olaf, is running for a scale scorn, has a champion duplicator, a cloak on the Olaf can be used for a good few items, right? Quicksilver is one, Runan's BT being probably the most popular, you know, favorite one. Cris has the potential to come back. It's not looking fantastic, but I don't want to just be a doomsayer about Chris's spot in this game all day long.
Yeah, for sure. It is certainly rough. I am curious if Cris is going to commit to the Olaf line. Does have it in stage 2, but didn't have it on 2-1, if I remember correctly. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get everything going. Plus consistency, not a fantastic augment for playing the Olaf line.
Yeah, certainly not. Or for going loss, win, loss. Yeah.
But going up against Kylvix here, looks like will be another win. Which I'm not sure what Cris wants at this point, to be honest. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure which side of it.
I mean, being level 5, playing for a skill score, you would think Cris is like, all right, I'm just playing down at augment. I'm just going to win. And, okay, that round went well, right? Because Olaf died, right? +4 AD. Love to see that. Pog champ. And is, you know, has a solid board, has direction. That's pretty good, I would say.
I'm smiling right now because what did I say about Appies if he's able to find a Lilia too?
Is going to be the item carrier, is going to be absolutely insane, lead Appies to a win streak, check box, checked all the boxes here.
We win streak.
Appies doing it.
All of stage 2, I did get word that Appies has griefed it a little bit and he's not stacking his Olaf. He only has 1 stack on it, but
that's fine.
I think he was more concerned with guaranteeing the win streak, which is fair because this lobby is really strong right now. We've been looking at a lot of these boards and everyone is very strong. And I imagine that is what Appies looked at, is he wants to keep the win streak, and he saw just how strong a lot of these other boards are and realized, hey, if I'm gonna try and keep this, I have to like not sacrifice my Olaf. I have to use him as an extra carry. Unfortunately for Appy, still gonna lose to Aesah and not keep the win streak into Krugs.
I don't even think Appies is committed to that, or because the Jewel Gauntlet Slam, right? That's not something that you really play typically in the Olaf composition, as you want to prioritize your Olaf items, but he's prioritizing the, you know, Lilia being the carry and then the Diana being the off carry there. Not able to carry the streak forward into Krugs. Unfortunately, the only player to do so is Aesah, but I also want to call something else very interesting out. No player fully sacked stage 2. No one just, you know, never purchasing XP, going 3 astrals, and full econing. Milk is the most rich in this game by far because the AFK augment, but is playing a strong board, right? 1-2 of the rounds in stage 2. So everyone's kind of just playing aggressive here. I think that tends to happen when the competition stakes get a lot higher. We get to the final day, the pressure is on. You want to be able to play the games from a point of being ahead. That's just more comfortable a lot of the time.
Yeah, just trying to keep that HP up. And I think this lobby up really accelerated with so many people hitting these 2 stars early, just having such strong boards. Just quickly going back to Appies, I think it's, as you mentioned, the gauntlet, it's very likely he does pivot out because he's not sacking that Olaf and he's just using it to win streak. So it may not be an Olaf game for Appies. His augments didn't even lead towards it. So we'll see. Sad for me, but it does make sense that he may be out of that tree. But Milk is so rich. So
level 6, 60 gold. Like what?
Yeah, level 6, 60 gold. The items are really great for this Nidalee for like just an early game carry.
Yeah, bow on the bench as well.
Flexible too. Yeah,
they are.
Kind of go into any quant.
These can go AD and AP direction. Honestly, it depends of what is Milk, comfortable with. Milk is, I think, one of the players that's going to be the best at running the Seraphine Graves composition. I think got a first in a game yesterday with it, helping bringing up those stats as well. Is losing this round, right? It's going to be the lowest in lobby in HP, but is very rich. We could even see Milk go to level 7 next round if he feels the pressure, but Milk as a player is very comfortable going low HP, spiking it with a fast 8 and stabilizing from there. So we'll have to see which direction Milk brings it as we get a second augment phase here, Cass.
Okay, so Pandora's Bench as an option. It's early enough in the game where that can be solid, but we are going to go for the item components.
Yep. Oh, Xayah, and there's a Rageblade IE potential slam here.
Oh, wow.
That's some direction if Milk didn't have any before. Xayah gets picked up. Does he consider leveling up here? He probably would if he was protecting a streak, but it's not protecting any win streak, so can just keep econing. Surely slams a Rageblade here, or is he... How flexible is Milk going to be, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, sitting on the Xayah, it feels like he can just like start leading in that direction so early because he's leveling to 7 soon anyway, right? So he's gonna have more options at those 4 costs. Potentially can like run the Aesah in the mid game until getting to that Shyvana.
Fair.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I figured he'd probably slam it. I think you were right there. Like, it just makes sense to just go for that Xayah direction since you've got it already.
Yeah. And it's going to be really good right now. I think Rageblade's one of the items that will allow an early game Nidalee carry to pop off the hardest, and is doing that right now. It's even going to win this round, I'll say, even though it's like, 2v4 against the world. Can it do it? Yes, it can. Just a brawn to chew through. Nidalee, pretty good. And getting a lot of astral value, right? He's running 4 astrals, which you'll say, oh, that's not a breakpoint. It's 3 astrals, then 5. But just those extra star levels will allow Milk to get even more economy online, even more money. As we move over to wasianiverson.
Yeah, we've got Better Together. A couple pickups of that. Cris also grabbed that augment. And, we expect... I mean, we've talked about this augment a lot. It just... One of the big things is it just gives you that Protector's Vow. So you're just getting an incredibly strong item at your gold augment. It's like taking an item grab bag, except for you guarantee that you're getting a incredibly strong item that's going to work in pretty much any composition.
That is
true.
true.
Last stand for Appies?
Oh, wow. It is. Okay. That's not an augment that we see every day here, Cass. That's very exciting to see Appies pilot that one.
Yeah, I feel like I like to take that when I'm in like a big lose streak situation, but I feel like I'm going to be able to stabilize with a strong board, and I'm just like, I want to guarantee I get that one extra life that then turns my strong board that I've pivoted into an even stronger board.
Yep.
But I'm not sure that Appies is in that situation entirely, but it just could have been options that he didn't like. And if we remember correctly, Appies did reroll his first augment. So
yes,
that would put you in a situation where you are forced to take whatever you're given at the second one.
Man, being forced to reroll your augment, well, not being forced to, right? Appies could have just gone a completely different direction at 2-1, but rerolling the first augment and it being a silver tier augment is kind of a big risk, because now Appies is in a situation where he's not really going to get any augment power, right? And any value until maybe even just the last augment, right? He has Band of Thieves, which sure gives a TG. That's great. That's fine. But Last Stand's not going to kick in until much later. Hopefully he's able to get himself to a good composition, and then make it even stronger once he, dips to that what would be fatal HP point. I have to see a bit later, though. Aesah. Rocking a mismatch of units. There's a Zippy. Love to see that.
Well, I said Graves for Aesah. I don't think we're getting that. Well, these slams could be still.
Yeah, not with the augment though. Unfortunately, probably.
Oh, that is Scorch, isn't it?
That is Scorch.
Okay, yeah. We're playing Xayah.
It's fine. I mean, hey, augments come up like that. That's the beauty of TFT, right? That direction could be like, oh, you have decent items to go into, you know, some Rage Wings, Xayah. You get a augment for it. Boom, that's your direction. You can't predict it right all the time. Sorry, Kos.
No, it's unfortunate, but I still might get the player who gets first right because Scorch is a pretty insane augment. So if Aesah can find a good, solid Rage Wing landing with this, finding Xayah, finding Shyvana, he's going to be in a very, very solid spot to take this whole lobby. He's sitting at 100 HP, still win streaking. He's got a solid Rage Wing board with that Scorch because he had that set too since very early in this game.
Yeah. And he did. Aesah, by the way, still streaking. 100 HP, not lost a single round. 60 gold, 61 gold in fact. 36. It's such a good spot.
8, right? Because he's just got 100 HP. You're not supposed to try and protect the streak and roll down for Xayah, but like,
no,
he's so rich. You just go 8, get your Xayah.
Yeah, the only way you would roll here, I think, is if you had like 4 pairs. Maybe you need to like hit 1 to have a strong enough board. But this also, I think, comes down to Aesah knows the 3 matchups he can roll into and is going to know his board strength, you know, and accurately assess it comparatively to other people. This is probably the matchup that Aesah did not want to go into, especially with this specific positioning, because the set's going to run right into the Jax. The auto attacks are going to be dodged. Can Jax get another ultimate off? Yes.
Yeah,
so that's not great. Yeah, Lux just kind of freak. Oh, there's a Syra 2 in wasianiverson's backline as well. Set cannot chew through this whole board. Aesah's streak does in fact come to the end.
Yeah, but even if Aesah rolls there, I don't think he actually is beating this board. So this is a really good recognition. Just go for that 8 immediately. You're not keeping that win streak regardless, and end up in a solid spot. Got a pair of Xayahs for Milk now.
Yep. And a Zippy. Like, I'm just gonna keep calling out Zippy just because
that is
Zippy's
the most
so
important
fun.
part of this bench, actually. Is that Zippy?
Most important part of the set, honestly, is Zippy. I think.
agree.
Good take.
Good take.
Milk getting a bunch more gold tier units. Gonna be on the bench. A lot of items. Wow, 3.
Oh, a Shyvana. Okay, all right.
And a Jace at the same level 7 shop.
Okay. On level 7, Milk?
No, Milk, don't do it to him like this.
Oh.
What is that insane high roll?
That's so gross. Jace and Shiv. And the thing is like, Milk was looking to go 8 and probably roll down for those units. And now it's like, oh, I just have the units, right? Like, I guess I can just go 8. I just fast 9. Like, probably not. He doesn't have enough HP for that. Try and hit some 2 stars first, but...
Cass, that is, I think we have to just call that a player diff.
I think so. I mean, Milk's just better. He's just better.
This is why Milk has been to TFT Worlds. This is why he's one of the best North American TFT players. He's just better. Natural shops just are luckier. Now Milk is going to be able to go level 8 at either 4-2 or 4-5. He'll probably do 4-2. Roll probably like a handful of times until he hits like a Xayah 2, and then just stabilize. Not have to roll anymore.
Are you kidding me?
No way.
He's got it all. He's got it all.
He's just better.
The looks, the talent, the RNG. Yeah,
look at the full board pivot here. Pretty much the whole board gets sold besides for the Shyvana and the Jace. Still has more than 40 gold left to roll. Picks up some units for fun on the bench. Might as well hit a Hecarim too. Where's the Xayah? I guess he can't hit everything, right? Surely
were you just saying that, hoping that he was just gonna roll into like a shop full of everything at that
just
point?
Like a Jace Xayah shop right then. I mean, still, Hecarim 2, Jace 2 upgrades, get the TG or Jace, have pretty much perfect items on the Xayah, slam the Hodge on the Shyvana. You have 1 belt, so you're just 1 rod away from a Morello's. I guess it's kind of low roll because Milk didn't hit the Xayah too, right? We're calling that one a low roll?
I think it's pretty low roll, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty low roll spot.
Like, Scorch isn't even the best augment he could have gotten there, honestly.
This is so gross. Oh my god. And Milk is like, he's playing this so well as far as the econ in the early game, where he put himself in a position that the second he gets that high roll shop, like, this game is in such an insane position because he had all this money just to get the level 8, roll down a bunch, and he's still on like 20 gold almost. So he's going to be able to econ back up really easily, and he's going to hit everything. Like, he will just get to everything.
Oh, okay. This is such an interesting board by Soju. Unfortunately, he's not going to be winning the lobby with a Xayah Shyvana, so my prediction's already wrong. But what he does have is better together with 4 aura items. Double Chalice, Zeke's, and a Protector's Vow.
Yeah, this is really solid use of that augment, actually having just all the aura items. And it's going to make this Deja so strong. And it's a lot of AP going to the Deja. And it's dual dexterity. So this is going to be a lot of attack speed as well to help get those casts a lot faster. Obviously, Soju's going to need some items. That was kind of a positioning diff on that as well, with Appies getting the Assassin immediately onto the back line. But I think it's a good setup for Soju. And it's really interesting to look at. I'm just curious how it's going to end up coming together at the end. What items Soju's going to find for that Deja.
Yeah, because Soju's not even that rich, right? That was 4-3. Soju was level 7, about 30 gold. Did have a pair of Dejas. Board was decent. That fight could have been a win with a bit different positioning there. So Soju's in an okay spot. Still not guaranteed to do well, however. But grabs a sword in the carousel. Appies gets a spat. Wonder where that's going to go to.
Yeah, Appies definitely having to play this entire game very creatively because the Olaf start just didn't pan out.
Soju's just better too.
Yeah, Soju hitting
natural. What is he gonna play the Zippy? Yeah,
Zippy 2.
Maybe not.
It's really strong for this point in the game.
It is.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Plays it over the Lilia. Get sold there. As soon as Soju hits 8, he can play the Nunu, get 4 Mirage, get a couple calves in there. Like, this is stage 4. This is Zippy's time to shine, right?
Yeah, Zippy very, very good. Kind of as a bridge carry, help you get into that late game with a good amount of HP. Find some win streaks. Not having like good items for Zippy to actually carry in the mid game though, so kind of just dies, but it is still a very tanky unit and giving a lot of tankiness to the rest of the board. Feels like these auras are just not doing enough for this Deja. It's just not getting a lot of damage out. The front line's kind of falling over. Soju kind of hemorrhaging a lot of HP.
Needs to have a really, really good treasure dragon round to get some good Deja items there. Cris, still not doing too hot. Is re-rolling. Looks like one Braum away. Yeah. Kylvix.
Here's Graves.
Our favorite player. Seraphine Graves. Running it so
than
well.
Others, double Zeke's, double Protectors. Wow, we were talking about Soju's side.
This is so good because the value that the aura items get for this comp is going to be so much better than for the Deja composition. Sure, it's fine for the Deja, but running Zeke's on Zeri is something this comp just kind of wants to do anyway if you have leftover swords and belts. And to get the double Protector's Vow on Zac as well, it's going to be buffing pretty much everything. The Grave's going to walk forward, going to get those shields. Everything gets the Seraphine shields. Everything gets Protector's Vow shields. Kylvix is in such a good spot, I think. Still 50 gold, good amount of HP. Has 5 Graves as well. Kylvix could be getting a Graves 3 this game.
Yeah, could. I mean, he's got time. He's got a good amount of HP. He's going to be looking for that. Runs into the meat grinder that is Milk, though. Gets beaten there, but I still think his comp is very strong. I don't think Kylvix is actually losing to that many boards right now. I think Milk was one that he will lose to. Might lose to Aesah as well.
Dark Flight, no.
Okay, he's still on Olaf, but he just doesn't have any Olaf items.
Yeah, this is a weird game in the fact that 2 players are running the skill score on Olaf. And Cass, I hate to say it, but they're kind of holding hands 7-8.
Yeah, I don't even want to call this an Olaf game from Appies, though. It feels like he doesn't want to be here on the Olaf side. Like, he wants to be playing any other comp.
He's just kind of there for fun.
Feels like he got stuck here. Like, he didn't find another option, right? Like, he didn't find a pivot out.
Yeah, especially with these items that he has, I'll say settled for. Here we go. Find some dragons. Says, okay, I need to do something with this.
Yeah.
Appies has a few more seconds this planning phase to get everything online, make the board transition happen, but can he do it? Bard 2, but that's not going to be that great. An Aushin pair, champion, duplicator, Casanova. Can this be the Spicy Appies comeback?
I mean, this, honestly, this was a gorgeous pivot from Appies. I mean, the spot that he was in to what he's in now, I feel like this looks so much better. And he's still got to finish out with the rest of these items. What's that spat gonna do? Is he, it doesn't actually feel like he can find anything. He's still got to get the rest of these scale scorns out.
Yeah, 2 out of 2 scale scorn, but not active because there's a couple dragons on the board here. But look at this Aushin too. That's pretty good. Pretty good unit.
Pretty good. Pretty good. And the Bard gets one last cast. Actually buys enough time. I think the Aushin's gonna be able to cast.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. Yep, it gets it. Okay. Huge for Appies. That last Bard cast was so impactful because every point of HP is so big at this point in time.
The extra Aushin in the stop. Oh no. And don't forget, Cass, Appies still has Last Stand.
Yeah. Last Stand's going to be nice for the Aushin as well. Give it some more tankiness. And the Omnivamp probably won't matter because it's already got an Omnivamp item and this unit does way too much damage, but... You got the 4 Tempest, found the Lee Sin.
Yeah. For Guild 4 Tempest, 2 Dragon. Not the most orthodox of boards, but it is one that Appies is running. And if there's anyone that's good at making good placements out of suboptimal spots, I think it is very much Appies. Going into Kylvix, though. Kylvix's board's so good.
Oh, the cast just didn't come through. This is so much damage on Appies.
It's fine. At least 2 more lives. Cris goes out in 8th, unfortunately, because, yeah, I mean, that... I didn't want to say it as much as I was, but yeah, that spot from Cris is kind of doomed. Not landing any consistency value in the early game. Kind of scuff spot. Wasn't able to roll into any, I believe, of the 3-star scale scorns. Takes an 8th.
Yeah, Soju ends up finding a guild emblem. Or did he have this earlier? I don't remember seeing.
No, he didn't have this earlier. It was a 0 item Deja when we saw it first. Giant Slayer is solid. Guild Emblem is solid. Soju's on a 2 win streak right now, looking to make it more. And now actually has every single aura item. A locket makes its way onto Zippy.
That's true. He's got at least one of each. You know, I gotta make sure spread them out.
Oh boy, it's Appies here.
Okay, the Aushin cast. Yep.
Yep. Bard doing his little dance. Gets those dutes. Appies gets to preserve the Last Stand for yet another day. As the lobby HPs are kind of getting close here. Kylvix and Aesah are a little bit ahead of the rest of the pack. But everywhere from Milk down is within 23 HP of each other.
Yeah, I think a big thing to watch out for is Milk versus Aesah on this collision course, playing the same composition, but both of them with really, really insane augments. And Aesah having probably more in the way of augments, but Milk, I think, hit earlier might cap out their board quicker. We haven't really checked in with either of them recently, so not exactly sure, but I think both of them playing very strong versions of that Xayah Shyvana. But here we are on board with Wasian, and we've got a mage board.
This is fantastic looking board. There's only a tier 1 Malphite, but has the tier 2 Silas, has the ZZ Rot as well for a bit of extra frontline. The Edge of Night onto the Neela. Good positioning to have it run right into the Aushin.
Yeah, got the swap at the last moment to get Neela onto the Aushin.
Ooh.
He's just too tanky though, being 2 dragon and it's tier 2, but Neela does get to dodge some of the ulti with the Edge of Night. Not gonna be enough. This Aushin just way too strong, and
Wow.
It's a lot of damage taking out Wei Shen, and you know, Appies still has the last stand. We mentioned this when we were on his board, but Appies has found a stable position, a very strong board, and he can still cap it further before
Kylvix
dying and getting more. Oh, is Seraphine 3 for Kylvix. Maybe that can contest these Xayah boards.
It surely can. Kylvix is in a fantastic spot. Already had like 5 graves when we saw him last. Hit the Seraphine 3. Seraphine 3 is one of the win conditions of the Seraphine Graves composition. This is why I was harping on it, you know, coming into today, looking at the stats, is players as skilled as Kylvix that can make this composition work so well, staying on level 7, rolling it down, but getting value out of it. You don't need an 8th unit in this composition. You only need everything that Kylvix has on the board right now. It's so strong. Can it beat Milk's composition, though? That's a good litmus test. And yes, it tears through it.
That Death's Defiance on the Graves is also going to be a huge pickup for Kylvix because it just delays the death of that Graves, gives more time to potentially get another 3-star Seraphine shield, keep him alive a little bit longer, and pushing out all of that damage. And Milk drops down to 9 HP from such a good spot that he was in. He's going to go to 9. He's got a lot of gold still. Potentially going to be able to find that Shyvana 2 and stabilize, but he's just one loss from being out. And there's Kylvix board, there's Aesah's board, even Appies has started to pick up a very strong board. There is risk that if Milk mispositions one time, he is just gone.
That's kind of crazy considering Milk's spot, right? Milk high rolled into a natural Shyvana Jace on level 7, had already 2 Xayahs. What has gone wrong here? Is it positioning? Just is his comp just not strong enough? Goes to level 9.
Yeah.
Can you find the Shyvana 2? That's the big thing. Finds 1.
Just doesn't have enough gold.
No.
It might just be the lobby strength overall just got too high. Even though he's so strong, everyone else just was also very strong.
Absolutely crazy. Milk could bot for this game. Is this positioning enough?
Roll.
Runs into
TG roll
Appies.
from Jace.
Oh, that's so good.
Going to give a lot of damage to that front line right away. Try and help clear that out so that they can get onto the Yaoshin. Shyvana's already there, but here's the first cast. Can we get the Xayah? The Xayah's on him. This doesn't get it in time. Shyvana, though. Couple more hits. The breath.
Was it enough?
The breath, it should be. It should be.
Wow. That was so close.
Sends Appies to 2, so Appies gets another loss before last stand.
Crazy. Soju, 1 loss from elimination. Did go to 8. There's not really much else they can do with this board rather than level up, so he has to wait until 1 more turn.
I don't know if he's going to make it with how much power is on these other boards.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about Soju into Milk's board right now? It looks like that is who is coming up on his rotation.
I would think Milk should have the advantage here, but it depends on positioning. It depends on where the Hecarim is casting, and it's casting away from the Deja, so that's good. That's in Soju's favor.
Okay, so the Deja will have more time. Doesn't get feared.
Milk did hit Shyvana too, though. That might be too much.
And it does seem to be so far. It doesn't feel like the Deja's pumping out enough damage just yet. Gets another cast, though.
Wait a minute.
Needs one more. It should have enough. The Zippy?
What?
The Zippy!
No way.
The Zippy just bought enough time. It was just tanky enough in the front line.
Milk went bot 4.
There's no way that's a 5th.
What? Now Soju gets to go 9 himself.
Okay, he just beat a pretty not fully capped, but pretty damn capped Shyvana Xayah board. Up next is another one, but Aesah does have, I would say, better augments than Milk did, right? He's got Scorch and Press the Attack.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, I'm still just... I'm at a loss for Milkbot 4 in that game. Soju has done the impossible. Can he do it again? Surely, right? There's only a Hecarim 1. There's a Shyvana 1 on this board.
Hecarim doesn't fear the Deja again. It's just a matter of, like, how much of a difference is that Press the Attack? And I think it is a big difference.
Yeah, it is.
It's like Xayah just got through the Zippy because of his Zippy.
Zippy almost one-shot the Xayah. Oh no!
Oh no, but the target selection of the Deja goes onto the Twitch and Soju's gone. Appies goes into last stand.
Happy as 1 HP into Dream. The board's now full power. Soju takes a fourth. Kylvix is still in first place. Oh, I think so. This might be a tactician's crown here for Appies, making the board not only stronger from last stand, but having an extra unit to put there as well. This game is crazy, Cass.
Wait, Appies actually... Okay,
how
how is this a top 3? As much as we said that milk, how is that a bot for? How in the hell did Appies turn that spot into a top 3?
Appies is just built different. That's all that I can say there. Has the augment IRL. This is crazy.
Gets to put in a Shyvana, goes up to 3 dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Aesah caught the shroud. Yeah.
Beautiful shroud.
That might just be all the difference because there's too much time on this cast from Aoshin. Aesah has so much damage with the press the attack, with the scorch. It's taking so long to get to this cast. But he's almost there.
It's here. Is it enough?
The healing coming out.
Oh.
It's not so quite enough. Appies goes down. That shroud from Aesah was absolutely the difference maker.
Positioning difference there. It is a game of inches when we talk about these late game TFT kind of one-on-ones. You know the matchups. You know where you have to move your important items like the shrouds, like the Zephyrs. And now we're in our top 2, but we can take a bit of a breath here, Cass. Both these players not going to be eliminated with just 1 loss. Kylvix playing 2 Graves 2s, has a lot of gold. Kylvix is going to be okay with losing this round because this board can still get a lot stronger. 40 gold in the bank. Maybe we see a Graves 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 6. Finally was able to level to 8. He is stacked though, the Bard, getting a lot of value. Shyvana breathing on everybody as well.
Oh, gets the full
Still,
item.
Though, there's a Graves alive to use the Seraphine. We go, a couple more autos. The Seraphine has so many items. Yeah, it's enough.
Wow. Kylvix already wins, and his board's gonna get even stronger for multiple reasons, right? 50 gold in the bank, can roll. Got an item because of that 250 Lagoon stacks, got an IE. So now is going to use a remover and make that Seraphine have a death cap, jeweled gauntlet, and IE. So those on hits will be absolutely insane. If Kylvix wasn't already the favorite going into that fight, surely he's gonna run away with the next one.
Yeah, those autos were already critting at 250 on the last one. Now, did you just see how high that damage was here? We're adding the IE, getting that extra crit damage. It's... this board is gonna melt.
Yeah.
The board is gonna disappear.
Went 9, plays Tempest. Is not rolling for Graves 3, but that's fine. This is the more consistent line. Aesah needs Shyvana 2. This is still a Shyvana 1 on Aesah's board. Did not find it this round. Ooh. Great TG rolls here as well with Banshee's Claws and Chalices.
Getting more decent Shroud, but doesn't catch the Seraphine. Is auto 700 damage on that crit from the magic damage.
This board's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the W for Kylvix. Gonna kick off the day strong. You and I have been hyping this player up. He had a rough start to day 3, but day 4 kicking it off with a